I was starting to run low on inventory, so I went on eBay and did some consignment shopping. Let's see what I won. All right, so I've got my stack of cards here, and I say let's find out what I won because my approach when buying cards like this, and my light's not right, but my approach when I buy cards like this is I just go in and I search and I just say, okay, I go to one of the consigners, whether it be DC Sports, Probstein, Quick Consign, etc. And I basically go in and I just say, I'm going to pick one for the evening and I sort by auctions that are ending the soonest. And I just go in and I toss in a bid at a price that I feel like is reasonable and fair. And I see, what's ending that I like. And I don't really look to see whether or not I win it. I just basically go when there's, 10, 20 seconds left, I click bid and I move on to the next item. So we're going to find out together. I'm going to tell you guys at the end of the video how much I spent on everything here though. So Roman Anthony out of 250. Pete Alonso, I tend to do really well with some of these finest inserts numbered out of 75. Torkelson, he's having a great season thus far. Davis Schneider, not a huge name, but he did just come back from the injured list. And, it's a rookie numbered out of 15. Figured it was worth a shot. Emerson Hancock, again, he's had some struggles at the major league level, but numbered out of 199, I'm pretty sure I got it. Most likely cheap. Austin Wellsland, Topps Chrome Black rookie. These inserts out of Bowman tend to do really well, the then and now. This one's a Mike Trout, of course. Lawrence Butler, couple of Topps Chrome Black rookies there for Lawrence Butler. Corbin on the Silver Pack rookie. Jordan Lawler. I don't understand what the D-backs are doing with Lawler right now because they called him up and they're playing him like 1 out of every 3 games. Makes no sense. Mason Wynn, little Josh Hader, that's one not numbered. Mookie on the Tribute. One fun one here is there were a lot of these ending that had the Topps Japan kind of special inserts and stuff. So this one is the Koi Fish. I thought it was numbered. Am I wrong here? I might be wrong. I thought it was. But you can see here that it is Topps Japan. So it definitely is a more unique insert. Paul Skeens, again, this is a Topps Japan insert. I had never seen it before. I think it's a really good looking card. Strikestone Heroes. Adley at a 199 here. Got some upside down stuff. Jordan on the green, on the Jersey Relic blue. This Soto is green though. This one might stay in the PC. The green atomic. Vladdy numbered out of 150. So that's definitely a nice one. This one I'm mildly surprised that I won. I'm going to toss comps up on screen for both what I paid and what this is sold for recently. Adley on the Gilded Rookie Gold Lava, numbered out of 10. Now, Adley is off to a bad start this season, but if you look at his statistics, I'm going to toss up on screen in front here where you guys can see. It's going to be blocking Kyle Tucker, the next card. If you look at his Baseball Savant statistics, which if you're not already on Baseball Savant, it's a free website that the MLB does, but it does a really good job of highlighting some of the stats that are, what a player should be doing based on how they're playing. Adley's numbers are really, really good. His expecting batting average is good. He's not striking out a lot. He's walking a lot. He's squaring the ball up. He's not chasing the ball out of the zone. So I think that he's getting unlucky, and I think we're going to see a resurgence from him. So that's potentially a big one. I'm actually going to, while we're here, pull this out. One of the dangers when buying on consignment is condition. You never know. These are all listed as excellent. This, though, looks fairly decent. Looks like we got a little bit of back stuff here, unfortunately. I'm trying to see if you guys can see that as well. So a little bit of back issues, but one of the challenges with buying on consignment is you never know whether or not it's actually worth grading because it's just such bulk. I find great cards in consignment that are definitely worth grading and sometimes ones that aren't. So continuing on, though, Kyle Tucker, got Kyle Schwarber, grabbing some tribute stuff. Jackson Churio on the Lava Lamp. Pete Alonso on the Gold My First Bowman. Little Bo Bichette. There were a lot of Topps Chrome Black cards here, which was nice. I like Chrome Black. They sell really well. Yamamoto. Now, this one was sneaky. I think I got a pretty good deal here. You may not notice it, but on Heritage, the 1975 design, there is a facsimile auto on all the cards. So this is an error card. There's no signature on it. So it's a missing signature error. These are fairly rare, fairly short-printed. Arjun Namala, if you saw my recent video about guys that I think are good investments and good buys, Namala is one of them. Sapphire Selections out of 50. Caminero, green out of 99. This one was a lot of 2 cards. You got just 2 of the Aaron Judge power players. Those will just sell well, I'm sure. Next stack, Robin Yount out of 75. Little Aussie Albies. Duran on the Sapphire. This one is super cool. I want to see if this one is worth potentially. It looks like it's got some corner and edge issues, which is not shocking given how old this card is. Come on. Check this out. The Batter Bafflers Topps Chrome Refractor. Super cool with Glavin, Smoltz, and Maddox. Great looking card. Very, very hard to hit refractors in 2000 Topps Chrome. So that one was a really, really cool one. I may have overpaid for it, but I think I've got some guys who will really like it. And it's not one you see every day. Ohtani, Ben Rice. I'm working on getting the entire Spotlights checklist for every single year. I've decided I'm going to start that. It's going to take me a while because a lot of the newer ones where they're, super short printed are really, really expensive, but nice Cheerio there. Ohtani on the 3-time MVP club. DiMaggio out of 99. Pujols, Bobby Witt, Koufax. Acuna out of 50. Debuts tomorrow. Tonight? One of those two when I'm as of recording this. So he'll be back very soon, which is really exciting. Well, Bobby Witt. CJ Abrams is playing great this year, as is O'Neal Cruz. Harper and Pena. Julio, Walker Jenkins, Leo. Last on print, 250 out of 250. Holiday on the prospect process, more chrome black. Corbin's being crazy good this year on the Cosmic Refractor rookie Josh Young. It's been good. Jordan, Bobby Witt, more Abrams. I think this is such a goofy card. The die cut here, Bryce Harper. It's a weird one, but they're unique. You don't see them all the time. Michael Harris, Jordan. Skeens on the Tribute out of 50. Definitely a nice one. Skeens. So curious to see what the Pirates end up doing. I know there's all the conversation of, do the Pirates trade him? I can't imagine that they do. But James Wood here. I don't know why my camera all of a sudden got brighter, but I'm sure it'll adjust itself. You got Yamamoto on the blue. He's been crazy good. And then another tribute card here. You've got Chipper Jones. Sliding over. This was a stack of 10 of these Stars of Japan Ohtani in the Dodgers uniform. These will sell so well. I think I paid like $5-ish per card here, and I'm pretty confident that I will get at least that. Another little lot here that I got. You got 4 Kyle Tucker rookies. He's been playing like an MVP. Another little lot here. You got 5 Ohtani on the Bowman's Best refractors. Those still sell really well. Some more raws. We got Abrams out of 75. Nice Garrett Cole, big chunky pinstripe patch. This one might stay in the PC. I do really like the Juan Soto image variations, and technically this is a Soto card because you got Soto, Judge, and then Verdugo, but cool on the Golden Mirror image variation here. Really cool one here with Trey Turner, Soto, and Harper. Fun, the batting average leaders, also all former teammates. Mason Miller on the All-Star Game auto, also not numbered. Corbin out of 150. Got Francisco Lindor, awesome City Connect. Game used memorabilia here. Great to get that like pinstripe there. You got Anthony Rizzo. A few more raw cards, and then we got some slabs that we won as well. So Trout on the Topps Japan. You got Ellie on the Topps Japan Koi Pond. I really thought these were numbered. And the backs are like typical things with paper cards. Definitely tough. But Ohtani. Another Acuna, very, very nice timing here, numbered out of 25 at a museum collection. Nice chunky patch there. Another Japan Ohtani Showtime insert. Yamamoto, another one of those Ohtanis. I bought a lot of these. This one I know is numbered. You got the Jose Ramirez on the Jade Parallel, numbered out of 75. Got another Jose Ramirez here. Another Jose Ramirez. Bob Gibson on the Gilded. Langford out of 75 on the Stadium Club Chrome. Langford on the Brooklyn Collection. Judge out of 199. Pretty sure I looked this up and he had a home run during this game. I think he'd had a really good game. I'd have to look that up again. I love these quirky cards. Pedro Martinez. Allen and Ginter obviously is a quirky set, but this is a game-used bat relic. As a pitcher, you obviously don't see that all the time, so definitely cool. Jean-Kenzie Noel, and then Jeremy Pena. And then our slabs that we ended up winning. First off, Aaron Judge, we got the Stars or Swings of the Summer on the PSA 10. Got Yamamoto on the Logo Fractor rookie. You got Torque on the Blue Mojo PSA 10. Jordan on the Atomic at a Bowman's Best. Cool one here, Jackie Robinson on the 1998 Bowman Chrome Throwback. Just cool. A really iconic Jackie Robinson card, and 8 is still a pretty solid grade here. I'm sure this one is super low pop. Ohtani and Judge here. And then this one I got super cheap. Luis Lara, I believe in him. He's getting overshadowed in the Brewer system. I still think he's got some good upside, so I got that for like 10 bucks, I think, on a 9.5 first Bowman, so what the heck. Curious, though. Let me pull over, look up what I paid on all these. I want you guys, though, while I do that, to put down in those comments how much you think roughly this cost. All right, so for everything there, you guys comment down below. The total on everything that we bought there was $1,162.34. So overall, I mean, it's definitely higher end, nicer inventory for me. I do better at shows, which I'm getting to go to a show tomorrow. You guys will see that show before this video goes up, but getting to go to a show tomorrow, that's where I tend to buy my like lower end inventory in bulk, and that's where I make more of that profit. A lot of these cards may end up being loss leaders, which is okay. We'll see if any of them are worth grading. There's some that, well, I'm sure I will do well with, and there are some that I'll absolutely get cooked on, and that's fine. Because sometimes, like we talk about with Costco hot dog, they lose money in every single Costco hot dog that they sell, but it brings people in the door. And sometimes you got to have really cool cards that bring people in the door, even if you're going to take a little bit of a loss on it. So can't always get to a card show. It just goes to show that you can get some really, really cool cards and a really solid deal. I think overall I'm going to do fine here. I'm going to count these out. I'm curious to see how many cards I have, because my big thing that I also care about in my business is averages. And why I care about averages is, well, when you're selling singles on Whatnot, you can't always rely on getting comps. For better or worse, comps don't matter when selling singles on Whatnot. There are times where a card will sell for way over comp, and there are times where a card is going to sell for way under comp. And I know pretty consistently, it's actually crazy how consistent things are, that at the end of the day, at the end of a stream, generally I am averaging about $12 per card before fees in terms of the cards that I'm selling. That's inclusive of slabs, that's inclusive of the super low end cards, that's inclusive of the higher end singles that I sell. So overall here, this entire lot ran me, as I said, the $1,162. There was 122 cards here, so we're in this at just under $10 a card. My hope is that we'll break even on this lot. We'll see. I'm not going to be able to track every single one of these cards, but it will be really, really interesting to see. You know, I have a general sense as when these sell, things like that. So I'm glad to get some nicer higher end inventory in. I think that we did okay, but I'm curious at about $9.50 a card. What do you guys think? Was this worth it? Not worth it? Let me know in those comments. As always, I appreciate you guys checking out the videos. It super helps me out when you guys comment, like, subscribe, follow, all that jazz. Really, really helps us out. Got more content coming. You guys are seeing I'm uploading more consistently. We're going to have more of that. We got some big news coming up too, so be on the lookout for that. Going to be talking about some appearances and shows that I may be going to very, very soon, so you're not going to want to miss that. But as always, I appreciate you guys checking out the videos, and of course, we'll catch you in the next one.